Hello, happy Sunday. It is actually the afternoon. I waited until after church to record today, so it's about 3:30. This video is going to be up tonight, probably between 5 and 7 p.m. So hopefully I can stick with that, but y'all know what this shirt means. I was with my wonderful 2-year-olds today, so anyway, I've come home, I've eaten dinner or late lunch. I had a burrito bowl. You guys will see my grocery budget or grocery shopping in my Wednesday vlog. So that haul is in there. It's a small haul. Don't get too excited about it. But I wanted to get back to doing my sit down videos on Sunday and doing the vlogs on Wednesday. So I have finished my vlog already for Wednesday. That'll be up on Wednesday. And so here we are. Here we are back on Sundays doing the thing. And why do I record on Sundays? Because that's when I feel like I am probably at my best for the week. I mean, I'll record during the week, but you know. So anyway, today's video is my payday routine. I just got paid on Thursday, which was March 27th. Now I do get paid twice a month, the 15th and the 30th or 31st, but my bank posts my check early, like 2 days early. So I did get it on Thursday. And so in addition to my payday routine, we're gonna do my emergency fund and debt update. So, and my debt update hasn't changed too much. However, there are some things I've been able to take off my plate. And so we're going to talk about that. So let's get into it. So at the end, I'll give you a full debt update as well as my emergency fund update. So March 31st, that's what it's labeled in my budget. So I don't know if you guys, some of you guys are new. So let me just say this, that my name is Joy. I'm 49 years old and I work as a sign language interpreter in an educational setting. And right now I'm working in a high school. I've been there, this is my 5th year at this particular school. And I don't know my actual number anymore, but it's $39,000 and some change for the school year. And so we get paid over 10 months. No, we get paid for 10 months of work, but it stretches out over 12 months. So when I say my paycheck, it like people are like, oh, you should be making more than that. Yes, if we actually got everything we earned during that 10 months, but we don't. They stretch it out over 12 months. And that's why people see like educators getting paid in the summer. It's not because we're not getting paid for working in the summer and not really working. We don't. Our paycheck is just stretched out throughout the year. So my paychecks are usually between $1,221 and $1,223. So, and some change. So for March 31st, March 31st is tomorrow, so don't get confused. I got my paycheck on Thursday. But my paycheck was $1,223 and some change. So that's where we're starting. And so first things first, of course, I pay my tithe first right off the top. So because before taxes and like retirement and all the deductions for my checks, I get paid like $1,650 something. So my tithe is $166. I do tithe off of what I get before deductions, and people ask me why I do that, and it's because I still got that money, whether it was in the form of insurance, it was in the form of my going into my retirement fund, it's in the form of different things, so it's still benefiting me. So I do tithe off of that, off of what I get paid before deduction. So my tithe was $166. My personal maintenance, I put in 0 because I couldn't calculate. I was like, for some reason, I thought I was gonna be over budget. I don't know why. And I think it's because, I don't know why. But it was perfectly fine. I could have certainly put it in there, budgeted that thing, but I didn't. See, my nails still aren't done. Still aren't done. So that's fine. I'm just gonna leave it. I don't have to have it. So, and the reason why I'm doing that is because even though I do have the money in my account to be able to like get my nails done or like do personal maintenance, that's what I call it personal maintenance line budget item. Is for like makeup or nails or hair, whatever. Even though I could still do that, I'm not going to do it because I don't have to have it this minute. And so I'm trying to train myself to not always feel like, oh, I want it, let me just go get it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to get away from that. I don't have to have it. I don't have to have it. Nothing's going to happen if I don't have it. And so it's in my next paycheck. I budgeted $60 for my next paycheck for personal maintenance, and I can get my nails done then, or I'll get my hair done. It's time to get the hair done. Like when you see this headband, more often than not, it's time to get the hair done. All right, so moving on, my car insurance was $105 and some change. So I just rounded up to $106 on my budget sheet, but I just pay whatever they say it is. So it was $105 and some change. My rent was $500, and you guys know my brother and I are roommates, so I pay him the $500. That's half the rent, or maybe it's a little more than half the rent. I don't know. I like to go up $100 every year. When I first, or $50, or I think I go up like $50 every year, like every new like school year for me, because that's when our payment goes up. That's when our like checks increase. We get that cost of living increase. So because that's really the only like household payment that I make. Like I don't pay utilities or anything like that. So I try to add so that, you know, he's not doing everything. He probably don't need my little money, but I want to help where I can. And so then groceries, I budgeted $100. You'll see in my vlog on Wednesday that $50 is for this week. We are on spring break this week. And so I have broken up that $100 into two $50 chunks. So my $50 was spent this week and for food this week. And so you'll see that on Wednesday. And then gas is $100. I'm going to keep gas at $100, even though I'm not going to spend it all this week for sure, because I do go back and forth to the school twice. I go on Tuesday and I go on Wednesday, once for a track meet and once for a lacrosse game. You guys know I earn extra money by working the games at the school, and so I've been doing that for a while now, and it's really been helping me like reach my financial goals. And so I think they're in the afternoon, because other schools aren't on spring break. Those schools we're playing, they're not on spring break, so they'll still be like late in the afternoon like normal. But I will go back and forth to the school Tuesday and Wednesday, but the rest of the week I won't have to. So I'll definitely have some extra gas money left over. Will I still put $100 in next time? I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead. Like when I have extra gas money, do I just make sure I have $100 in there, or do I overpay? I don't think I need to overpay for gas money. I think like if I have $60 left, I think I might just put 40 in there. I don't think I'll have $60 left. I might have $20 left. And if I have $20 left, I'll just put 80 in there. We'll see when we get to that. Capital One is off my plate. It is officially paid off. I have zero balance. I paid $243 and some change. So I don't owe anything on my credit cards. I have a Kohl's credit card that is open. I don't owe any money on it, and I don't use it. Capital One is paid off. I don't owe anything, and I'm not using it, but I am keeping it open for the simple fact that I do want to purchase real estate in the future. You guys know that within the next 4 years, because I want to have it for at least a year before I decide to retire. Because if y'all have listened to me long enough, you know I want to retire by the time I'm 55, but I still want to bring in income. I'll still have rent to pay. I still have car insurance to pay. I still have expenses in my life. So I don't want to not bring in income. I'm not trying to not work, but I don't want to be beholden to a 9-to-5. So yeah. So here's where we get a little bit more transparent. So I don't know why I did this. And I think it was still like just me catching up, right? So my bank, I can overdraft up to a certain amount without any penalty. When that when I reach that cap, I can't overdraft anymore. It'll just decline or whatever. But anyway, I overdrew up to $122. And so I did pay that back once I, obviously, you know, when you get your check deposited, they take their $122. So they did that, and that was fine. I was still left with money, but I just did it because I could. I have to get out of that habit. I need to stop doing that. And I really do believe that that when we do things like that, we sow a seed of like irresponsibility. And so I really want to, and that's why like I'm really trying to stop being impulsive and buying things. Like even when I went into, I think I went into the grocery store Wednesday or whatever, and I had an idea in my head of what I wanted to buy, but I didn't have a list, because I usually have a list and I will go by that list. But I didn't have a list. I had to really make sure I was just really focused on what it was I was supposed to be in there and to get, because I could have overspent really easily. And so I want to stop sowing the seed of irresponsibility by overdrawing my account, and because, oh, I know like my check is coming on this day, and I need to stop doing that, because I really do believe that when you are sowing seeds of doing right, then good things happen. You know what I'm saying? Just like, you know how people say like they can't seem to get a break. And I used to be one of those people, but I was always not doing the right thing. I was filing my taxes late. I was never being responsible, like, or being a good steward over what I had. And so it seemed like everything was always happening back to back, and I could just never catch up. But last year, when I was just like, I'm going to tithe no matter what. And then I just started doing that, and I started doing the Dave Ramsey program, and I feel like I really have excelled more in this past year than I have like in my entire life. So so that was the end of that paycheck, and I think I still had like $89 left over or something. And so then, you guys know I got my winter sports check. That was me working basketball games, wrestling, meet, like different things like that for the winter, and we got a lump sum check. So when I deposited that check, my bank right away gave me $200. But the rest of that, actually the check was $2,160. So right away they gave me $200 to use at my disposal. Banks have to like wait for things to clear. So I was going to get the rest of that $1,960 on Thursday. So I got that on the same day that I got my paycheck. So from that $1,960, I tithed the $216, because the original amount was $2,160. So I tithed $216, and then they didn't take taxes out or deductions or anything like that. I have to. I do that when I file my taxes. So emergency fund, right away I moved $1,200 into that. So technically I have met the Dave Ramsey expectation for a starter emergency fund, but you guys know that I want to have at least $2,000 in there, because I have a car with a lot of miles on it. And so I want to be in a position to where if I do have to pay to get something repaired, that I'm not back at zero again. And so I'll tell you at the end how much is currently in there. And so then I went and got my eye appointment for a contact. So that doctor appointment, or that appointment for a contact, what is it called? A contact, I don't know, whatever they call it. But that was $72, and I did use my insurance. This is the first time I've ever used our insurance, because I would always go to Walmart, and Walmart does not take our insurance, but Target does. So I went to Target, and even the last time I went to Walmart, I was so disappointed in the prescription and the correction. I thought it was ridiculous. I couldn't see. I couldn't see. I had to take my glasses off to read. Now I know that I'm close to that age where we are pulling everything back here and putting on cheaters, reading glasses. But I'm like, I've got time left. I'm like, my vision didn't change overnight. Like if the day before that appointment, I could read with my contacts on, I could read with my glasses on, my vision didn't change overnight, right? And so I was telling this to the doctor at Target, And she was like, you're right. You're right. But I do have bifocal contacts. They are amazing. I can see far, I can read whatever I need to read. We are not at the cheaters stage yet. So the contacts for 6 months cost $115, and they're being shipped to my home. And so these contacts are the ones she gave me like to try, but obviously I can keep them. And they are monthlies, I think. Yep, they're monthly. So I can have these all month, for like till the end of April. And then they're shipping them to my home. So they should be here like Tuesday or Wednesday. And then so the contacts was $115. And then, so at the end of all of those expenses, I still had $241 and some change left over. So I don't know what I was calculating before, because I was like, I'm not going to have any money. So I took the personal maintenance away. Like, I was like, so I don't know what I was doing. However, I have $241 left. Everything has been accounted for from what I can tell, like from my budget. Like if I look, I think everything's been accounted for. So I'm not sure why I didn't think, I don't know. Yep, because I tithe, because I check it off. If you guys haven't seen how I do my budget. So I make it, it's like I don't think you can see that, but I use Google Doc, and there are check boxes, and each like column is a paycheck date, and then my budget is on there, and I have these check boxes, so when I pay it, I check it off. So that's what that is. And so because I had this $241 left, I decided to move an additional $150 into my emergency fund, and I will schedule an oil change this week since it's time, and I'm off the rest of this week. So it only makes sense that I just go ahead and get that done. So if we go back, my emergency fund currently is at $1,361.39. So, and the reason why there's some change in there is because whenever I use my debit card, so like when I pay my car insurance or paid Capital One, what else did I pay? Car insurance, Capital One. I think those are the two things, but it rounds up to the nearest dollar. So like, let's say I paid 100 or $1.50 for something. It'll round up to the nearest dollars for $2, but it'll take that 50 cents and put it in my savings account. So it automatically does that. So that's why there's some change there. So like, yeah. So $1,361.39 in my emergency fund, which means I have a little less than $700 to put in there. And then my debt update has not changed. It's just my car now, and it's still $7,550.37. So I will make a payment. I get paid on the 15th. My car payment is due on the 13th, but I'll actually get my check on the 11th. And so, yeah. So then it'll go down a little bit. So yeah, I feel like it's been that number for a really long time. However, it's just line upon line, right? So $7,550.37. If I make 2 payments a month, so it's 21 more payments of $355 without those fees or whatever they take out. And so it's 21 more payments. It will be done before the end of this year, because I will be making eventually, once my emergency fund is fully funded to the $2,000, and that's like a starter emergency fund. And then everything else goes towards the car after that. And then I'm 100% certain I can get that done before the end of the year. So I do feel like I'm officially back on track. I should have been further ahead, but I am back on track. And it's so interesting because it was at this time last year when I started this channel and started this journey. So yeah, here we are a year in, and yeah, we're making some strides. So I am happy about that. So this video is just going to be nice and sweet because I'm tired. So we're at 20 minutes. I think that's a good, solid video for you guys. Of course, if you have any questions, feel free to ask or comments. I've been able to catch up on my comments as well, so we're getting back on track with that too. So that is the end of my payday routine and my emergency fund and debt update. And so look out for my vlog on Wednesday. It'll be the fit side. So I have officially started my running journey on this channel, and so y'all can join me for that. So I will see y'all next time.